Hello, Atlanta Falcons fans. We've got some exciting news for you today. Updates you won't want to miss. But before we dive in, do us a quick favor. Hit that like button. It's free, and it really helps us out. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and your support makes a big difference. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss an update. Now, let's jump into today's big news. Falcons targeting top edge rushers in free agency. The Atlanta Falcons are expected to be big players in this offseason's free agency, especially when it comes to pass rushers. There are some top names hitting the market, and the Falcons could have some solid options beyond just Myles Garrett. One big name to watch is Josh Sweat from the Philadelphia Eagles. At just 27 years old, Sweat is a force on the field and could demand a contract worth over $20 million per year. His value has skyrocketed, especially after a dominant Super Bowl performance against the Kansas City Chiefs, where he racked up 3 sacks and 7 quarterback pressures. His impressive showing is likely to spark a bidding war among teams. Landing Sweat won't be easy for the Falcons, especially with salary cap limitations. However, there are other talented options to consider. Myles Garrett, who recently requested his release from the Cleveland Browns, is another possibility. Another interesting name is Haason Reddick from the New York Jets. Although his production dipped last season, he previously had 4 straight years of double-digit sacks while playing for the Eagles. With the Falcons' new defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, having coached Reddick as the Jets' interim head coach in 2024, a reunion could be on the table. The Falcons have some big decisions ahead. Who will they target? Stay tuned as we bring you more updates. Falcons' search for pass rushers continues. When it comes to Haason Reddick, one thing is clear. He's a team-first player. Back in December, Falcons' new defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich praised him, saying, "I can say with 100% certainty that Haason is willing to do whatever it takes. He's one of the most unselfish players I've ever coached." Atlanta has spent years trying to fix their pass rush, whether through free agency or the NFL draft. Ulbrich takes responsibility for finding the right talent and believes Reddick still has valuable years left in him. Could the Falcons land Myles Garrett? For years, the Falcons have struggled to find a dominant pass rusher. They've tried draft picks like Vic Beasley and Takk McKinley and signed veterans like Dante Fowler Jr. and Matthew Judon, but nothing has truly worked. Could Myles Garrett be the answer? Garrett recently requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns, but according to ESPN, a deal with the Falcons is unlikely. Still, Atlanta remains a possible destination if the team can find a way to make it work. The biggest challenge: salary cap. The Falcons' biggest obstacle is their salary cap. Right now, they are $8.6 million over the projected cap for 2025. To afford Garrett, they would need to make major roster moves, likely cutting or restructuring contracts on the offensive or defensive line. Garrett, now 29 years old, has been one of the best pass rushers in the league for years. He has earned All-Pro honors 5 years in a row and won NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2023. Last season, he dominated with 14 sacks and 22 tackles for loss, playing all 17 games for the Browns. He still has 2 years left on his 5-year, $125 million contract. So, while signing him would be a dream move, the Falcons have to figure out if they can make the numbers work. Would you like to see Myles Garrett in Atlanta? Let us know in the comments. Falcons face tough salary cap decisions. The Atlanta Falcons have some big financial challenges ahead, and their ability to make moves in free agency will depend on how they handle them. Myles Garrett's contract situation. Garrett's salary cap hits for the next 2 seasons are $19.7 million in 2025 and just $2.4 million in 2026. While that might seem manageable, the Falcons have other financial concerns to deal with first. The Kirk Cousins dilemma. One major issue is quarterback Kirk Cousins. He is set to receive $27.5 million guaranteed in 2025, and if he's still on the roster by March 17th, his cap hit will jump to $37.5 million. The Falcons would love to trade him, but as ESPN's Bill Barnwell points out, it's unlikely that another team will want to take on such a big contract. One possible trade destination? The Cleveland Browns. Their head coach, Kevin Stefanski, previously coached Cousins with the Minnesota Vikings from 2018 to 2019, and Cleveland is in desperate need of a starting quarterback. Can the Falcons make it work? Even if the Falcons could trade Cousins and bring in Garrett, there's another problem: salary cap space. Garrett's base salary for 2025 is just $1.3 million, but signing him would likely mean giving him a new contract extension. Would Atlanta really be able to move Cousins, acquire Garrett, extend his contract, and still stay under the salary cap? It's a huge challenge, and on paper, as Barnwell noted, the Falcons don't seem like a realistic landing spot for Garrett. However, the offseason is always full of surprises. Could the Falcons pull off a bold move? Only time will tell.